There are three things that you should never ever do in life. Number one, there are three things that you should never ever do in life. Number one, disrespect your mama. Number two, attend a Diddy party. And number three, give a about what somebody think about you. Heavy on the no Diddy party. Y'all didn't think I was afraid to lock my hair? Yeah, my partner supported me 100%, but I still had thoughts like, what if I have a hard time finding employment now? Will people think that my hair like smells and that I smoke weed and that I'm like manly and masculine now? But you know what? I had to realize that nobody else was living this life but me. Like, why am I over here tripping about how somebody else is gonna feel about my lock journey, my hair, my identity? I realized that if they are not paying my bills, putting food on my table, or helping me grow, why should I give their opinion that much weight? The one random Tuesday, I was like, forget that. I'm about to lock up my hair. My hair, my choice. And once I finally locked it, I just walked about that shop just swinging my little starter locks. I felt finally free. It was like I finally stepped into who I was meant to be. I stopped trying to blend in and do all the trends with my hair, and I just let myself be. And that was the beginning of a whole new level of self-love.
Message.
The same thing happened when I started thinking about starting my YouTube channel. I had been sitting on the idea for a minute, but I was scared. Like, what if people ain't feeling my videos? What if I'm putting in all this effort, all this editing, all this time, and I only get like 5 views? But I soon realized all those what ifs was just holding me back. Just like with my hair, I started to realize that other people's opinions was dictating my next move. But one day I had to check myself and I was like, Chris, who are you living for? Because at the end of the day, those same people that you are worried about, most of them are just watching from the sideline, too scared to take their first step to even start their own YouTube channel. So why am I letting that stop me from living my truth? So I said, forget it. And I hit record and I started this channel. Was it perfect? Hell no. You should see my first video. Actually, don't go searching for my first video. Leave it right where it is. I realized that as long as I'm authentic and I'm doing what feels right to me, the real one's gonna show up. And look, you here with me right now. You know what that means. That means you a real one. I see you, fam. So clearly, something's working. Once you stop living life for everyone else, that's when life really opens up. You start walking in your own light, and the people that are meant to vibe with you will find you. But first, you gotta let go of that fear. Maybe for you, it's something different. Maybe you want to quit nursing school to become a content creator, but you're afraid of what your parents might say. Or maybe you have a passion for cooking, but you are afraid to film your meals because your kitchen isn't aesthetic enough. Whatever it is, the fear of judgment is universal. But what I learned is, once you stop worrying about them and start focusing on you, that's when the real glow up happens. Sorry, y'all. Ugh, I got something in my eye. While creeping through my analytics, I learned that 41% of people watching my videos is between the ages of 25 and 34. Plus, I've been in my Bible study bag recently, so this example is for my older millennials. If you grew up in a Christian household like me, this may hit home. Alright, so boom, let me tell you about the homie Moses. My man Moses was not trying to be in the spotlight, alright? Dude was laying low in the desert, minding his business, just tending to his sheep. See, back in the day, Moses was living that luxury life in Egypt, in Pharaoh's palace. But then things went sideways and he had to bounce. You know, there was some talk about him killing a man and then burying the body in the sand. And then it was, I don't know. But all I know is that everybody got a pass, so don't judge. So he ends up in the wilderness, basically living off the grid. So one day, Moses is just out there doing his regular gig, just tending to his sheep. And suddenly he sees something crazy. A bush that's on fire, but not actually burning. So the bush was just like lit. Moses is like, what's going on over there? Let me go check that out. See, and that's how I know that Moses wasn't black. Because, I would have been like, I don't see no bush burning. I don't see nothing. So he walks up on the bush, and that's when God speaks to him straight through the flames. God was like, Moses, take off your shoes. You are on holy ground. At this point, Moses is shook. He looking around like, nah, I'm tripping. I gotta be tripping, right? Like, no, I hit the hookah pipe way too hard. That's what's happening here. Like, I'm tripping. I'm dreaming. Something's going on. But God wasn't playing. He told Moses, I've seen how my people, the Israelites, are suffering in Egypt. Pharaoh has been treating them really bad, and it's time to bring them out. And guess what? You're the one I'm sending to make this happen. Now, if I put myself in Moses' sandals, I'm probably looking around like, wait a minute, me? Like me out of all these people? Me. And that's exactly what Moses did. He started coming up with excuses. He was like, God, who am I to go back to Egypt? I just escaped from there. I can't go back there. I'm a nobody. And even if I do go and I start talking, everybody gonna start making fun of me and laughing at me and stuff. God, you know I got a speech impediment. You know I stutter. He really did stutter, y'all. Moses stuttered bad. But God, though, he wasn't trying to hear none of that. He was like, Moses, I ain't worried about your excuses. Don't trip. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. You don't think I know who I'm sending? Boy, I know you stutter. I've chosen you for this. And if people got a problem with it, you tell them, I am sent me. That's all they need to know. But Moses was still in his head like, what if they don't believe me? So God had to hit him with some proof. He was like, all right, Moses, you see that big stick in your hand right there? Throw it on the ground. Moses throws it down and then boom, it turns into a snake. Moses was out there jumping back like, oh snap. Then God told him to pick it back up. And when Moses picked up the snake, it turned right back into a stick. God was basically showing him, look, I got you covered with miracles. Don't worry about them. I got you. But Moses being Moses, he was real hesitant. This man started pleading. God, please, I ain't the one. It ain't me. Choose somebody else. But God was firm. He told Moses, Moses, you got this. And if it makes you feel any better, I'll send your brother Aaron with you to help you talk. But you still going, Moses. You are the one that I have chosen for this mission. So eventually Moses had to step out of his fear and step into what God had called him to do. He wasn't worried about what Pharaoh or anybody else had to say about him anymore. He trusted that if God called him, then God would see him through. And you know what? He went back to Egypt, faced Pharaoh, and led the Israelites out of slavery. Moses ended up becoming one of the greatest leaders in our history. All because he finally stopped worrying about what people was going to say about him and stepped into his purpose.
Message!
Now, for all my younger millennials, this example may be better for you. Miss Rihanna. Miss Robin Rihanna Fenty came straight out of Barbados with that sweet, innocent vibe at just 17 years old. When she dropped her debut album, Music of the Sun, in 2005, she was all about that bubbly, catchy sound. Songs like Pond or Replay was like blowing up, and she was like that fun girl next door, just bubbly and sweet. But honestly, she was just playing it safe, fitting into that typical good girl mode. But then boom, 2007 hit, and there was this major shift in her image. Okay, the lead single with Jay-Z, Umbrella, that was an anthem. It had everybody in the club just being like, Ella, Ella, eh. I don't know if you remember, but that video showed a whole new Rihanna. She was like edgy, fierce, and ready to take on the world. She ditched those janky Jamaican fits for like black leather and a bold new hairstyle. Like, she had this new statement going that was like, I'm here and I'm bold, and what you gonna do about it, because I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you, Rihanna went from sweet to savage like that. With hits like Take a Bow, Please Don't Stop the Music, and Shut Up and Drive, she was like, yeah, I'm in control of my own narrative now. She was like, I'm not just a pop star boo-boo kitten. I am a force to be reckoned with. But of course, her pivot was met with all types of hate and doubt. When Rihanna decided to flip the script with her label Def Jam, they were sweating bullets. They were used to the bubbly pon de replay Rihanna, and they wasn't sure about this new provocative direction that she was going in. They were scared that she may scare off her original fan base. You know, the little teeny boppers that was used to seeing her twirl around Lil Tutu in every video. They were just literally shaking in their boots because they did not want to lose all that good momentum and all the hard work that they put into Rihanna. Her mom especially was protective and did not want her baby to face any backlash. Like, imagine you're a mom and your baby girl comes to you and she's like, Mom, I'm gonna cut my hair, start wearing skimpy clothes, and I'm gonna stop giving a Plus, her mom is Caribbean. They have traditional views. I'm pretty sure her mom was like, Riri, I don't know about this, girl. But here's the kicker. Rihanna did not care. She was not about to let that stop her. She didn't care about what nobody said about her new image. She was all about staying true to who she was becoming. She knew that if she kept playing it safe, she was never going to reach the top of the Billboard charts. Fast forward years later, and guess what? Rihanna is now a 9-time Grammy winner, business mogul, model, actress, fashion icon, pop icon, and there's one more we're forgetting. Shit, which one is that? Oh, a billionaire. We still waiting on that new music, Riri. Actually, you know what? No, we not. Real Rihanna fans, we have accepted our fate. We know ain't no new music coming. You know, so just go ahead, girl. Just live your life with ASAP, with your beautiful babies, and just live in New York and just, live your life. Same thing happened with Miss Doja Cat. Let's get into Miss Cat, okay? You remember when she came on the scene with that song Moo? And she dressed up in a cow for the video? It was the whole thing. That song went viral, and then suddenly everybody was talking about her. She was on everybody's lips. She was quirky, she was fun, and she had like this playful energy that just made her stand out. But in 2021, Doja was ready to flip that script. With her album Hot Pink, she really stepped it up. This was her moment to show the world that she just wasn't some one-hit wonder. She was ready to dominate the music scene. Tracks like Say So and Like That became anthems, and she started hitting them Billboard charts hard. Then Say So became a TikTok challenge, and that became wildly popular, and then that just took it to a whole nother level. She went from being the quirky, goofy girl with the viral meme to an all-out pop sensation. Then Miss Cat started experimenting with her look. Miss Cat, I want somebody to call me Miss Cat. That sounds sexy. Hey, Miss Cat.
I'm Miss Parker.
Okay, focus. Miss Cat started serving up looks that was bold and unapologetic. From her hairstyles to her outfits, she was showing that she could be anything she wanted. Sweet, savage, and sexy. But when you're on your way to success, there will always be critics. Haters was in the background writing, tweeting, and posting away. Critics had their opinions about her being too weird and too much. Old fans, they were stuck on the old Doja, not ready to accept this new side of her. They were like, why is she trying so hard? Like, what's with all the changes? Like, is she okay? I ain't even gonna hold you. I was worried about Miss Cat myself when I seen her twerking in a Men's Warehouse business suit, a truck driver's white tank top, and some lemon pepper steppers on. But since I'm no hater, I just shrugged my shoulders and was like, that's just Doja being Doja. There was people hiding around every corner ready to tear her down. They was questioning her authenticity. They was like, girl, is this really you? Or are you playing a character? But instead of letting that get to her head, she leaned into it, using the criticism as fuel to keep pushing forward. And I just want to say, I seen her perform recently at the 2024 Global Citizens Festival and just.
It's been a long time since you.
Woo! Yes, Miss Cat. Yes, bravo. I was so proud of her. She did so good, and she looked so happy and healthy, and she was just straight up having fun. That was her crowd that night, and she knew it. So what exactly am I trying to say here? When you stop caring about things that don't serve you, That's when you start living for you. We spend so much time just worrying about what other people think, trying to fit into places that we were never meant to be in. When you stop carrying around the opinions that don't matter, that is when you become free. You focus on what brings you joy, peace, and focus. And in doing that, you're no longer just existing, you're living. So let go of the need to be perfect all the time, to be liked by everyone, to meet the standard that you didn't even set for yourself. Because once you stop caring about what doesn't matter, that's when your life truly begins. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care of you. Too old for this shit. Babe!